Hey everybody, PatBenage here, the evolution coach, creator of the 6-Week Shift and the Inner Path, and author of this inspirational blog, SoulTalk. And something came to me, actually, back up a little bit, it didn't really come to me this week, but it's become more clear to me this week about my own journey, about my own bigger purpose in this particular life, and I look at it and I just see all of the opportunities that I've had throughout my life to experience and to grow in this, and it really is about humility. I see all of the experiences that I've had throughout my life have been, in some way or another, bringing me to a place of humility, of being humble, of, in essence, transcending my vanity. And I certainly am not all the way there yet. I certainly still have moments when there's vanity involved. And from what I've been taught and from what I've experienced and observed in other people, I think that vanity might be, because it's one of the 5 passions of the mind. I've talked about these before, or diseases of the mind, whatever you have. So you've got anger and attachment, greed and lust and vanity. And vanity is the most subtle of those. And because of that, it might be the most difficult to transcend, to overcome. Of course, that's, kind of still determined by where you are in your particular path. So on your path in this moment, that might not be your experience. Whatever challenge a person is faced with, that's the most challenging. That's the most difficult to overcome, because it's there right now. And one of the things that all of these experiences around vanity and humility have taught me over the years is that I'm not the authority for anybody else. I'm not I don't have the right answer for anybody other than myself. And even that, if I don't see it clearly, if I don't look at it from the proper perspective, even that is a bit of vanity, because I do advocate to people that they are their own authority in life. However, one always has to be willing to at least consider the possibility that there's something beyond their understanding that could change their perspective, could change everything, and could change what they believe and what they know about what is right for them. Because hardly anyone is 100% self-realized. In other words, coming from that soul perspective all the time, and in everything that they do. If you are, great. I mean, there's no need for you to be even watching. And not that I'm offering any, profound stuff that for you. It's really, like I say, I'm the authority in my own life, and yet my understanding continues to expand and evolve. And so if I get the idea that I already am there, that I know it, and I get attached to that, that's vanity. That's vanity. It's being attached to being right. Because if I'm attached to being right, that's vanity, expressed perfectly, and it's making something else wrong. It's making someone else wrong. And so throughout my life, I've had these experiences that have humbled me. What we would call, a lot of people in our society would call failures. And, my belief is the only failure, which I truly believe doesn't even exist at all, but the experience of failure is not getting back up, not trying again, not continuing the journey. That's the closest experience that I think, have to failure. Because I don't believe that it's possible to fail. I think that ultimately we all attain all that we are set out to do, set out to experience. So, but along the way, we have experiences where things don't go the way we planned. And, choices that we make turn out to be not the best choices. And those experiences are opportunities for us to be humble, to not go into a blame or shame or some downward spiral, but rather just to simply be humble enough to accept that I don't have all the answers, that I'm not right. And, it just occurred to me this week that my whole journey in this life really, the primary purpose, other than just self-realization, has been to transcend my own vanity. Those areas where I have thought that I'm right, somehow being better than somebody else, my being smarter, being wiser, being whatever. If I place myself above anybody, that's total vanity, because it's not true. It's simply not true. If I understand, and I do, that we're all one, how can I possibly be better than anyone else? I might be at a different place along my own evolutionary journey, but that's not a better place. It's not a better place, it's just where I am versus where they are. Everyone is in the best possible place they could be. It's the only way life works. So my thought that my ideas might be better than anybody else's, that's just my own ego wanting to be right, having this need to be right, to validate myself. And the truth is that I don't need validating. I don't need that. If I know who I am, if I know and accept where I am on my journey, and if I know what it is that I want right here and right now, that's all that matters. That's all that matters. And where anyone else is on their journey doesn't matter. That's none of my business. Now that doesn't mean, because we are all one, it doesn't mean I'm not involved. It doesn't mean that I don't care. It doesn't mean that I'm not supportive and participating in their journey as well. But if I start getting the idea that I know something about their journey that they don't, that I have an answer for them, for that other person, that's vanity. And if we look out in today's society, this country particularly, but all over the world, we've got a lot of people that believe that they know better than somebody else. And it comes from all sides. It comes from all sides. There's no one that's not at least somewhat involved in that. You know, unless you're a person who is self-realized and who is detached from that, and you've transcended vanity in your own personal life. And so it gives us an opportunity, you know, a glaring example of an opportunity to shift that, to change that perspective, to be humble enough to admit, I don't have all the answers. What I believe could be wrong. There might be a better way. And that leaves us open to other possibilities. Vanity closes us off to other possibilities. Humility opens us. It opens us up. Because we're then willing to accept something else. So I hope that's helpful for you. I honestly don't know. And I'm just, like I said, I just wanted to express what's happening in me and what I see, just in my own perspective, as I do every week. And I'm I'm working toward every day, every moment, being humble. And I want you also to know that everything that I say here, everything that I offer, all of the suggestions, all of the ideas, all of what I express through this vehicle, it's just my perspective. It's just my perspective. No better than yours. No worse than yours, but no better. And I just hope that in my openness, that perhaps it will open others up to those possibilities. So, thanks very much for being here. And again, remember, live life from the inside out. Thanks so much. See you next week.